Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Good.
Alhamdulillah. Where you calling from?
Queens, New York.
Okay.
City that never sleeps.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
All
Born and
right.
raised.
Can we get your name, your age, and your occupation?
Oh yeah. So my name is Bilal. I'm 30 years old from Queens, New York. The best city, best borough in the city, in my opinion. Queens get the money. And I'm also, I currently am an organics recovery coordinator for the New York City Compost Project, Big Reuse. And I'm also director of mentoring for United Black Men of Queens Foundation, Inc.
Right on, mashallah. Okay, what took you into that field?
Which one?
All of it.
All of it. Well, one, I always been into the environment and to the climate and into weather since the cradle, since I was about 5 or 6. My parents used to tell me I would be watching the Weather Channel. Oh, they'll have the Weather Channel on back then. The Weather Channel only used to play jazz. It was basically almost commercial free back then. They really had less commercials than they have now. So they always used to play good jazz music, and they'll have it on for the jazz. And I would just be glued to the television since then. And since then, I've been glued from 5 years old to the present time, to this day. So when I went to undergrad, I picked up environmental science, and I've been running with it ever since. My love for providing environmental justice to change injustices in communities has been of interest of me, and a passion of myself. And I was doing the weather, actually, been having this title as the community's weatherman since middle school. We did the weather for the radio station, most of the radio station on the AM 1560, New Day for Al-Islam in America. Back then, New Day for Al-Islam in America would come on at around Fajr, around 4 o'clock, and give the weather report for them live on AM's dial. And then when I got to college, I was doing the weather, even there too, as the first ever weather reporter at my university to do radio and also television. And since then, I have traveled a lot in my career. I've been working with young adults I've worked for K to 5 since high school, working with the that was YMCA. So a lot of my experience was K to 5 in school and after school programming. And that kind of transitioned even while coming home from college. Sometimes I didn't get a job in my field right away. So I went back to the YMCA and worked some more with them. And that's really where I got a lot of my young I would say background in youth development. And also I worked at a sleepaway camp for the Fresh Air Fund, which is a not-for-profit that deals with, they get money in order to allow children to go experience camp for the first time, sleepaway camp for the first time, from underserved communities. So that was a really eye-opening experience for me, because one, I never did sleepaway camp when I was growing up, never. So for me, it was like a double experience, like working with the young people. I was working with second grade boys in the cabin. It was myself and a co-counselor, and we slept on one side, and the other kids slept on the other side of the cabin, and we would be with them all day, activities in the day, in the night. We'll be with them in the night, till they fall asleep or whatnot. That was a really good experience for 3 months. Did that, and how I got to these current 2 jobs, actually, and I'm skipping around because
Take your time.
skipping around. It's a lot too. I don't want to gloss over anything, but the way I got these 2 jobs now is that COVID came. I've been out of school since 2014. I had other environmental jobs. They were mainly fellowships. It was never nothing permanent. but it was experience building with the city. I worked with the Department of Parks and Recreation here in New York as a organizer for Queens. I was organizing stewardship events, street tree care events, where we would go out with volunteer groups from all parts of Queens and take care of the trees. We would teach about the importance of trees to us as human beings, to the ecosystem in totality, and the economic benefits of having trees in your community, and the physiological effects, psychological effects as well of seeing more greenery and trees versus areas that have less trees. People tend to be more depressed. So that is actual study actually. And so I was working there for a year, and then that ended, the program ended, transitioned to working with DEP, Department of Environmental Protection. I was doing outreach work with them as well, but a little bit different. I learned about how the city's wastewater treatment process takes place, the inside of a wastewater treatment plant, which is actually pretty cool. So I learned about that process and what it takes for water to come down from upstate New York, and that whole process, it trickles down and all of that. And like, it's a very intricate system, very old system, by the way. The pipes, the grounds are very old, so they're being replaced. Some of them are being replaced. Some of the tunnels are being replaced now as major capital improvements. But so I worked those. Those are fellowships that ended in a year. So I was able to get a lot of experience working with the city government, working with high-level officials, and that after I tried to apply to stay at those two jobs, actually, I went on to interviews for both of those respective jobs, for both Parks and for DEP. I didn't get hired for DEP. Parks, I came close of being hired, but the city had shut down because of COVID. Literally 2 or 3 days after I interviewed, and I get an email from them saying, well, the city is shut down, the schools are shut down, our funding is down, there's no more hiring is froze. So I was like, okay. So I went the first year almost of COVID when it was really bad here in New York. Bad across the country, but really bad here in New York. And without work. I didn't have work, no money. And I get a call, Allah's blessing, I get a call from one of my mentors, who was the president of my alumni, of my alma mater's alumni chapter here in New York, in which he transitioned. I'm now the president of the chapter now.
Okay.
And before then, he had called me and was just like, "Oh, are you working?" I was like, "No, I'm not working right now." He's like, "All right, hop on this Zoom. It's a mentoring program. I'm about to fire this other young man. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's about to get out of here. And I want someone to come in. I know you can do it, but I want to make sure you have interest in it." So I hop on and observe the program from virtually. It was in person before COVID, but due to COVID, I had to shift to Zoom. And we had a conversation afterwards, and he was just like, "Yeah, what do you think about it?" I said, "All right, this is cool. I can do this." He was like, "All right, this is what you need to do. Submit, blah, 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 blah. I'll handle the firing of the other young man. I'll handle that. I'll get you in. I'll talk to the board. We'll bring you in, blah, blah, blah." The rest was history. So I got that part-time job on Saturdays, and then during the school year. And then literally maybe about a month or two later, or a couple months later, when COVID started to become a little more relaxed here in New York, the city started to open back up, and I get a call from a job I applied to work for the compost, the one I just told you, the organics recovery coordinator. I did one interview with them. I think they liked me because they wanted to do a second interview. Now they call me back now to do a second interview, and then the rest is history. So now that's my full-time job, and the part-time job is with the mentoring program.
Okay, so exactly what did you do at the Y with the kids?
Oh yeah, so we did lesson plan development, and I ran lessons in STEAM. We did literacy with them. We did team building activities with them, and we also did art with them as well. Art.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did that make you want to have kids or not want to have kids?
No, I always wanted to have kids, even before working with kids. But yeah, that actually made me want to have kids. Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. So do you think you would be very hands-on with their education, like yeah.
Absolutely.
schooling and
Absolutely.
everything. Do you think you
Absolutely.
want to homeschool your kids or?
I'm a product of homeschool, actually. I was homeschooled from K to 6 by my mother and my father, and I'm I like homeschooling. I think it has a lot of pros. I grew, when I was going to homeschool, we didn't have a lot of benefits. There wasn't a lot. Homeschooling wasn't like in the '90s. It wasn't like a thing. Like, I don't know. It wasn't like a thing. All my friends, all the people, all the kids in the community were going to public school at the time. I didn't really have one thing about homeschool. I don't know. Maybe it's a con because I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like, I had one childhood friend that I'm still friends with to this day. He's way older than me. He graduated, got his master's in social work. He's a social worker full time here in New York. Got married and stuff like that. But way old, a little, couple more years older than me. He was my chess mentor. He's one of my chess mentors who I learned how to play chess from in the library. Because part of back then, my mom and dad, we didn't have a lot of resources from the city or the state to support us in homeschooling. All he told us to do, oh, you have to do these color reports. Your son still has to go into public school to take tests for, state tests in 5th grade and stuff like that. But really, outside of that, there was really no other support. Like, my mom really had to like engross herself and get us books and build our library of materials. Thankful for my father, we have now a library of materials of different books, and just go out and like get stuff. We didn't have anything. Now I feel as though there's a lot more resources for homeschooling now, and it's starting to become, even the African American community, more and more and more people are starting to embrace the aspect of homeschooling. I was homeschooled from K to 6, and my father was like, "You need to go to school now." And 7th grade is like, "Yeah, you can't stay here no more. Like, you got to
Why he?
go." No,
Why
because
he?
socially, as a young man, I think he wanted me to have, that social experience, that other
Okay.
level of growth. You know what I'm saying? That I
Yeah.
wasn't getting at home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I just wasn't getting that. And that's when he sent me to the Claire Muhammad School from 7th to 12th grade. And that's where I met a lot of my other friends and teachers,
Yes.
mentors, and things of that nature. And that's how it wasn't for that experience. When I found my alma mater, when I went to the HBCU, I didn't know anything about HBCUs until I went to Claire Muhammad. My principal, she was organizing HBCU tours for the community for New York City, and I went on it twice. And the second time I went on it was I was serious about going to college and serious about leaving New York and having another set of experience outside of New York. And I am very grateful for the decision my parents made to homeschool me, K to 6, Claire Muhammad 7 to 12, and then to go to my alma mater. I would say my third alma mater. First is homeschool. My alma mater is my homeschool. Second is Claire Muhammad. Third is Lincoln University.
So you see building your family on the model established by your parents, or are you
Mm.
trying something different, inshallah?
Um, I see it. I would rather my children be homeschooled a little bit, um, but I also would like them to go to a school. Like, they need to have that experience. And Claire Muhammad School was very rewarding to me, and I would love them to go to a Muslim school. Preferably, is the first preference that I have. So I'm saying, for my children, if we have to homeschool up until we find a school for them, I'm fine with that. But at some point, they definitely, once you start reaching, in my opinion, once you start reaching young men and young women, once you start reaching a certain age, you get up there to middle school, fifth, sixth, seventh. Well, I think middle school now is what, sixth, seventh, eighth. Sorry, sixth, seventh, eighth grade. At that point, I think they really need to be inside of an actual school and actually gain that social experience.
Okay, so you're not compatible with a sister who feels otherwise.
No, no,
Okay, right on. All right. Have you ever been married or engaged?
no.
You didn't meet anybody doing all the weather reporting. People weren't throwing their daughters at you. Look at this bright future. All of that. Nothing.
uh,
Nothing.
no, well, you said Engaged? No. And you said, ever been married before? No. Have I ever courted before? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The answer to the courting, yes. Engaged, no. Never got that far in the courting process to be engaged.
Okay.
Um, I was talking to a sister who was local here in New York, and she had a child, and I had no problem. I have no problems with sisters having children or a
Okay.
child, or a child. One is a little more manageable. I mean, it starts getting two or three, then But
What?
my
You're
my
like
point,
what?
my point. Let me finish my point. My
Okay.
point is that the sister we was courting, she was a nice sister. She was an educator too, so I thought that was great too. She was an educator by trade. She was working with kids too, so that was really good. And she had been married before.
Okay.
Obviously, she had a child, but I didn't know she. Once we started asking questions, she was married like at least 3 times, like 3 or 4 times, and it's like, okay, that's a little red flag because like it didn't last too long. But she's telling me all her exes. She told me all her exes were garbage, right? So
Okay.
I was like, so in courting, we took her out. She met my mom, my sister. Went out to eat. Went out a couple places. I met her daughter. Of course, I met her daughter. Her daughter was with her majority of the times. Anyway, even while I was first noticing her, actually, let me rewind. Actually, she went to my sister first. She expressed interest in me through my sister, my oldest sister. I never expressed interest in her formally. She expressed interest first, and I was like, such and such said, my sister said, such and such said she's interested in you. I was like, all right, cool. Let's explore it. Let's give it a shot. So, and from there, like I said, we went out a couple times, stuff like that, and showed her some brothers still have chivalry. So I'm saying brothers still do
What's
open
that?
the
What's that?
but
What's the
brother
chivalry?
brothers still open doors for sisters. Brothers still look clean, still come professional. You understand what I'm saying? It's just you know brothers still respond to sisters to help them with their cars, which was something
Okay.
that happened with this sister. She had a car issue, and I responded quickly to the car issue as much as possible. And so what's going good? I think we talked for about, I don't know, maybe it was what, 2 months or something like that. I don't know. It's a little blurry now because of COVID, but kind of things get meshed up in my head. But she had called me. It was like, can we talk? She texted me. It was like I was driving my full-time job. It was early. It was must have been 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. And knowing me, I'm not really. Sometimes I'm a little out of it in the morning, and I'm really focused on just work and it takes me a little while in the morning to get like a little adjusted sometimes to being up early. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I was like, yeah, we can talk. So I'm talking while driving my truck, obviously with my headphones on. So people don't think that I had my phone
Yes,
and like,
safe.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Very
So yeah,
lucky.
I would have my headphones on like this, so it was safe with 2 hands on the wheels. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
drive a 12-inch box truck, and I'm not trying to get fired for my job for crashing the truck. But she had called me. She's like, "Can we talk?" So yeah, we can talk. And she had told me like, "Oh, like you know, you're a good brother." And I've been told this a couple of times, like a couple of sisters, like, "You're a good brother." I said, "What does that? What does that really mean?" Like, so then I listened, like, okay, what's she going to say next? Like, oh, I still have feelings for my ex. I was like, oh, okay. You told me, and I'm thinking to myself, you told me your exes were full of, you know what? And yeah, so we went all this time, and you you didn't say none of this. So it's like, so I'm in like a little shock because I'm still driving the truck, and like I'm still trying to digest this. I'm still trying to wake up in the morning, and then I'm trying to digest what she's saying. And I'm just like, oh man, I just felt like she said, well, we can still be friends and things of that nature. I was like, okay, all right. She said, I hope this doesn't make you feel bad. And I said, okay. I mean, all right. She texted me that too after we got off the phone, this long text about, hopefully, you find your mate too. Allah bless you to find your mate too and stuff like that. And different
Mm.
things like that. And, I respectfully, slammed out. I mean, she slammed out first. I didn't slam out. But at that point, when she slammed me out, I slammed her, and I pray that she finds a suitable mate for her. Yes, I'm saying. And, yeah, and that was that, uh, yeah, that was that. So, yeah,
When was this?
this was, um, this was last year. Yeah, last year. This was during COVID. It was still COVID. I mean, still COVID now, but we were coming out of COVID. So yeah, last year. It was last year.
Okay. What did
Hmm.
you like about her?
Well, like I said, like I liked the her being an educator and her caring for her child, her daughter as a mother, as a single mother. I thought she was doing a good job, great job in, that aspect of holding down her child while also working a full-time job and just caring for her daughter and that level of friendship and mothership that she had expressed. It was definitely something that perked my interest. I definitely want a sister that, is has the motherly wit to raise our family, to teach my children, excuse me, our children, inshallah, and to be, to have that type of mindset. I think she had that type of mindset. She had a lot of other traumas. So I'm saying that unfortunately that was, she went through. And yeah, but the wit, she definitely had that, and definitely that's something that perked my interest.
Okay. So, personality wise though, what kind of woman would make a good fit for you?
Okay, good. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so personality wise, I'm looking for someone, again, who's family orientated, total family orientated, respects the institution of family. Her side of the family, my side of the family. Yes, I'm saying that's very important to me. When we join in marriage, you're not just marrying the person, you're also marrying into that person's family. Yes, I'm saying. So the respect for family has to be there, for me personally. Um, Someone who's uh, truthful, someone that I could trust, in terms of, not gonna keep like secrets, and like, I don't have to worry about, things when I go home from work, and things that's crazy stuff is happening in my house, our home. You know what I'm saying? Like someone you can trust, someone who's gonna be honest, someone who's kind, someone who's
Mm.
kind, someone who has a sense of humor. I think I do. I think I have a sense of humor. I believe I have a good sense of humor, and I want that. I want that balance too, a good sense of humor. Um, uh, Someone who has a thirst, someone who has a thirst for knowledge, Islamic knowledge, growth in Islam, al-Islam is crucial. I'm still growing. We're all still growing in this way of life. So someone who has that yearning to want to be better. Yes, I'm
Mm.
saying, that's crucial,
Mm.
to me as well. What else am I missing? There's something else. Um, Someone who likes adventure. Yeah, someone who's like adventurous. I like trying different things. I like trying different food. I'm a foodie too. I like going out to eat. But someone who's adventurous, going traveling. Someone has that traveling type of spirit. I like to travel. My limited travels have been to some different cities here in the States, and I like to do more of that. But would love to do that more with an actual spouse, my wife. Yes, I'm saying, and go different places with my spouse.
Okay. What's the most exotic thing you've tried as a foodie?
Exotic thing I've tried as a foodie.
Monkey brains,
Oh
squid.
no, no, we haven't got there. We haven't got that far, sister. I think I tried some Asian like pastry. It was I didn't like it at all. But like we went to this like one of my coworkers went to this Asian spot in Queens over there on Bell. I think it was off Bell Boulevard, and they had these like pastries and like with no sugar in it. So there's like, yo, let's try it. But I was like, yo, it was like, yo, everyone's going to try it though. I was like, all right, bet, because I'm not just the only one that's going to try it. So I'm saying everyone got to buy it. So that's how we rolled. So we all bought it. It was just like, yeah, I forgot what it was called. It was that bad. I don't remember the name of the actual Asian sweet, but I will never be going back to that or back to Asian sweets. I'll just put it that way from the Chinese. But
Okay.
yeah,
So if somebody offered it to you by name, you wouldn't know to say yes or no.
I
You don't.
would. I don't. I remember what it looks like. It's like a green square. It's like green. It was squared. I remember what it looks like. So I would be able to spot it out. I remember what it looks like.
Was it matcha something?
Nah,
You
it
said it
wasn't
was green
much.
with the
I don't
pistachio.
know. I don't know. I would have to see it. If you would have shown me like if I see it, I should be able to identify it.
Okay. Would you leave Queens to be with your future spouse?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have any commitments to take care of parents in the near future,
I
or is
do.
that something you're planning?
My Umi is my she's up in age,
Okay.
and she has some health ailments, so I would consider that that in my travels.
Yes.
I do. Have you ever ate raw seafood? Raw oysters or clams? No, no. Assalamu alaikum, sister
What?
Tavasha. No, misunderstood. I have not eaten raw seafood before,
Wait,
but
wait,
it,
as a
but
foodie, are
huh?
you allergic?
Am I allergic? No, I just never tried oysters or clams. And first of all, I I have tried crab. Yeah, I would say like when I went to Lincoln, like the crew from Maryland, the Maryland. Shout out to the DMV. Shout out to Maryland. That's their like crab is like big down there. So they brought back crab and mumbo sauce from DC. That was my
Yes,
first
they
time trying
did.
mumbo
Oh,
sauce. That was my first time trying mumbo sauce when I was in college. I was like, the heck is mumbo sauce? He was like, yo, bro, like you gotta try it. I was like, all right. The mumbo sauce
what
was good.
school?
The
What
mumbo
school did
sauce.
you go to? I'm sorry.
I went to Lincoln University in PA.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not far from 45 minutes away from Philly, about 10 minutes to Delaware, and like 10 minutes to Rising Sun, Maryland. So we're right on like the border, southeastern border. Southeastern border of the state of PA. So we're close to Delaware, close to Maryland and Philly and South Jersey to the east. Um,
Okay.
so so I tried the lobster, the crab. I couldn't really get into crab. Like I'm sitting there breaking the damn legs. Excuse my language. I'm sitting there breaking legs and stuff like that. I said, where the heck is the meat at? No meat on this thing, man. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know what's the
Wait,
deal.
wait, 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 wait. Were
I'm
they
breaking.
king crab legs? Do you
Huh?
know what kind of crab you had? Was it king crab legs?
I don't know what kind of crab. I just had crab, sister. I
Oh,
couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell
so
you. It was my first time having it. You
they
know,
didn't give you wings? No wings
sister, it
involved?
was hardly any meat on that thing. I'm sitting there
Oh, man.
breaking my time, wasting my time. So I'm trying to find meat. I'm just like, yo, how do y'all? And and there's people just they're around me. They're just devouring it. Let me get back to the question though. The question was, would you leave Queens? Yes, yes, I would leave Queens. Yes, I do take care of my mom at this time. So I would consider that as part of my redestination. Um, yeah, but yes, I do take care of my mom. So that's part of that. And before we was taking care of my late father before he passed. I'm saying 2018. So, she's right now unmarried. She's widowed. So she has no plans to get remarried, even though there's some, that, that's out there. It's an option for her, but she doesn't have a plans to remarry. So she's never been in our current state residence by herself. Um, my sister got married recently, so she's living in another borough now with her husband. So,
Really not.
um, you know, so yeah, so we just it's just that. Tavasha says you attended HBCU and didn't bump into your future
Right.
wife.
Right.
Um, so yeah, so about that. So Lincoln has historically, since being so close to Philly, I mean, we used to have a large Muslim population, especially Muslims from Philly, because we were so close to Philly. So I met Muslims from Philly, DC, of course, New York. That was me, Baltimore, and that was it. Really, the East Coast was really like the major cities on I-95 really met a lot of Muslims. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, my my thing was that when I was there, when I got there, there was no MSA, and that's how you meet people. You join student orgs on campus. It's one way you meet people, right?
Mhm.
So when I got there, I made it my business my sophomore year to reinstate the MSA to become active again, right? Because the Muslims were there. Some Muslims were praying in the space. Some Muslims were not praying in the space. I'm not judging anyone. But the reality was people were in and out. Some sisters I gave salams to. Some sisters even returned the salams to me. They didn't want to look at me. So I don't know. It was a thing. I know we are supposed to lower our gaze. Maybe there was respect in that, but at least return the salams though. So I'm not saying the sisters were stuck up. No, the sisters were stuck up. There were some beautiful sisters there. But at that point of time in my trajectory as a young man growing, I wasn't thinking about marriage like that. You know what I'm saying? I was not thinking about marriage while in undergrad. And let's be totally honest, be totally clear. You know what I'm saying? I was not thinking about marriage at that point. Even though one of my friends from Philly, he met his Allahu Akbar. He met his sister and they got married while in Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? She had a child. She got pregnant while there. You know what I'm saying? No problem. So it worked out for them. They're still married to this day.
Alhamdulillah.
May Allah bless their union. I just saw them I just saw the sister during homecoming and stuff like, and so they're doing well, and it works out for a lot of people. But I know it wasn't on my radar initially when I was there. It
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay. So what would you notice besides the maternal stuff? What would you notice about a sister now that would make her somebody you would want to establish a friendship with towards marriage?
Oh yeah, someone. Okay, someone besides maternal, someone who obviously has. I would say a sister who has one respect for uh, Al Islam, respect for Al Islam, and growth in Al Islam. I mean, we marry for four things: say beauty, your religion, and the two other things that I'm missing. But the most important one we should be marrying is for our religion, because beauty sometimes can fade away. You know what I'm saying? And if we just marry pure off of that, then when you get of age and you don't look the same, your body changes, your looks changes, both male and female, things start to change. So my whole thing at this point is a sister who's grounded in al-Islam, you know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, crucial. You know what I'm saying? A sister who's grounded in al-Islam, looks beautiful, is educated, you know what I'm saying, and wants to get married.
Okay. What are your red flags or turnoffs?
Oh, here we go. Beauty, wealth. Thank you. Beauty, wealth, religion, and lineage. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Shukran. That was the four. You said turnoffs, red flags? That's the question?
Yes.
Oh, all red flags. Okay, turnoffs / red flags. Okay. I'm not being honest in the beginning. No, a lack of honesty and transparency, in the beginning on anything, like, especially when it comes to if the sister's been married before, you know, or the sister has, other, if she has, even if she has other aspirations in terms of what ideal mate looks like, and I'm not fitting that, but
Mm-hmm.
we keep going, you keep wanting to court, but deep down, you know that you want something else, but not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for something else. Don't waste our time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Just be honest and say, well, pop, pop, pop. I don't think this is going to work. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, just be clear. I'm saying, just be honest. I think that's big. Communication is crucial in relationships, period. Friendships and in marriage. Communication is crucial. So someone who communicates well, but someone who doesn't communicate well is, to me, a red flag. I think I communicate well enough. Yes, I'm saying, and I think I can be transparent as well. Um, so there's something that I think it's major. So if it's those things are out of place, those are definitely red flags. Um, what else? For right now, let me see. Um, I don't have anything else right now. I mean, if I think of anything else, I'll come back.
Okay. Do you have More than one love language.
At this time, I think I did a couple tests. Um, I think my love language at the time was like like gift giving and like really really like touchy was it uh like hands on. You know what I'm saying? Really hands on. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That I think that was yeah, the last time I think I took a love language test, it came out like really hands on. Gift like I like giving gifts, gift giving and like being really hands on. So
Okay.
yeah.
What do you like about women?
Oh, women, beauty, uh, uh, beauty definitely, definitely part of that. But also strength is a big one. Strength, more moral strength, courage. I think women, I believe strongly, women in history, in our community too, have been very strong when stood by their men throughout thick and thin, and throughout their weakest points too. And they gave them strength when they were weak. So I admire a woman's strength, and moral courage to give that moral support and that courage. Um, those that couple with beauty is definitely a turn on for sure.
Okay. What do you look forward to learning about your future spouse?
Her goals definitely short term, long term goals for herself. I want to be able to support her in her goals. And I'm okay with a sister, or I'm good with a sister having goals, and if that is she's trying to finish her undergrad degree, or maybe looking to go back to school for grad or certification, or maybe she's trying to transition to another career, or different things like that, or wants to increase herself in more knowledge of the Al Islam. I'm really cool with that. I think that's a turn on too. Like just having goals, you know, um, short term and long term goals, is important, for oneself, and also, sister is, ready to get married. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's crucial. I mean, a lot of people said they're ready to get married, but are we really just dating, or are we seriously courting? You know what I'm saying, for marriage, and like someone who's really serious about that. That's also a plus too. So sister asks, what if his sister didn't believe in climate change? Is that a red flag or no? That's a really good question, sister. I don't have a problem, to be honest, having a very stimulating conversation with my spouse about things that we differ. So I'm not saying I'm going to say no. It's not a red flag, but I would I would be more inclined to have a really entertaining and stimulating conversation with my spouse on things that we don't necessarily agree with. And I think
Mm.
that's a marriage anyway. Like we're not going to agree with everything. She's not going to agree with everything I do. I'm not going to agree maybe sometimes with stuff that she does. You know what I'm saying? But the communication is crucial. We got to communicate. So, if sister don't believe in climate change, I'm not. I can give her a persuasion. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to make or break. It's not going to make or break the marriage.
Okay. What's your height? What's your height preference?
For a sister,
And
yeah.
yourself? What's your height? What's your height preference?
My well, I'm 5'9", 5'10", around there. So sister can go short. I could go short, 5'3", 5'4". Yeah, I mean 5'5". I can go up to my height, even I mean even 6 feet. I'm not one of them guys who like, or gal sisters be like, oh, you're too short. Like, I mean that's okay. That's just your preference. That's okay. But I don't really have that as a make or break.
Okay. How would you want your marriage to be like the environment?
Peaceful as much as possible. It says to establish your home should be a home of peace. Um, you should have it set up that way. So that being the focus point of our house should be a peaceful house, a Muslim ran house. salat is crucial to establishing that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So praying together, so I'm saying, as a family, praying together as husband, wife, me leading my wife in salat when I can, when I'm home and available to do so. That's what we'll be doing, and the house being run as a team, as a team, She knows as a mother her roles, responsibilities. I know as a father my roles and responsibilities. And will we help each other raise our children, inshallah, God willing, our children, so I'm saying, in the house. But if it's just us, communication, establishing the house to be clean, not just physically, but clean spiritually, clean mentally, physically, that we all want to be there in the house, and have fun, as a couple, and enjoy the space, and establish the space. So, but I think prayer is very important, crucial in holding the house together, and to prevent chaos.
Do you lead your mom in prayer now? Do y'all be
Absolutely.
together?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
mashallah. Okay.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you have any traditions, any family traditions centered around prayer?
Yeah, I mean, like, we try to, uh, more questions coming in, but let me stay focused here. Okay. We try to, tradition about prayer,
Good question.
study. Yeah, they're really good questions. Study after Fajr. I have to get back into that, tradition. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to stay up with the companions, the Sahaba, after Fajr, and they would stay in the Prophet's mosque, and they would engage in study of the Quran as it was being revealed at that time, and talk about it before heading out and hitting the ground. Yes, I'm saying, so. Getting back to that tradition, that was one of our traditions. But getting back to it, fell off a little bit with that. But that helps gets the day started. Yes, I'm saying, it helps to get the day more. Even a few minutes reading, not too long. A few minutes reading, a few minutes discussion. It don't have to be crazy. During COVID, when the mosques were closed, here in New York at least, they were closed. I can't speak for any other city or state. Some stood open, even some stood open here in New York. But I just know some of the mosques that we were attending were really closed down, like shuttered. I would leave my mother and sister in Juma. That was a practice. How I give my khutbahs now, and I'm still learning, still getting better at it, still trying to school. But it started here. It started leading them here. What I'm saying? Preparing the khutbah, leading them here. What I'm saying? In the house. When my father was sick, and wasn't able to go to the masjid a lot, when we were here as a family, that's what he would do. What I'm saying? And you know, uh, we learned from him. What I'm saying? When he got sick, I started leading the prayer when he got sick, and then when he passed away, that's been my full time responsibility ever since then. Are some roles and responsibilities negotiable or up for discussion? If you didn't finish your sentence, sister, you said if. You said anything else after that. But are some roles and responsibilities negotiable or up for discussion? They could be up for discussion. They could be up for discussion. When you talk about roles, are you talk about like uh, helping around the house? Like, say for instance, sister, she's washing dishes and cooking every now and then, like stuff like that. Is that what we're talking about? Because I don't mind doing those type of things. I mean, that's even that's the tradition anyway. The son of the prophet will help his wives around the house. What I'm saying? And I observed my father do that too. Sometimes he would cook. My mom used to get on him a lot. She's like, why are you taking so long in the kitchen? He said, don't worry. Because my mother, she whips the food up so quick. Like, I lie you not, she whips the food so quick. Like, I turn around, the dinner is ready. Like, my father will take his time, but the dinner will still be good. But like, he will take his time. What I'm saying? I'm just starting to learn how to cook. I don't know how to cook a lot of things. What I'm saying? Like, so I'm starting how to cook, but helping, I don't mind cooking. I don't mind learning. I don't mind putting up Pinterest. What I mean? Putting up a cookbook. Doing those type of things, experimenting, stuff like that. Helping to clean around the house when, and some saying help make sure the house is good. I don't mind doing that. The laundry, you know what I mean? All that stuff, I don't mind doing none of that. If that's what you mean. Yeah, she said yes. Our household roles negotiable up for discussion. Yes, yes,
Does
yes.
working as a team mean she is contributing her finances?
Her finances is her finances. The money that the sister earns herself is the money that she keeps.
Mm.
Now, if she wants to help me out, and we're struggling, perhaps, and she wants to make a sadaqah donation, you know, I'm not going to say no. Yes, I'm saying like I'm not going to say no. Yes, I'm saying, but her finances are her finances, and I think as a man, my role is even if she gives me sadaqah towards the bills. Yes, I'm saying I'm still responsible for taking care of the situation. So even we still have it, I'm still responsible for figuring out and finding out how we can get it. Yes, I'm saying get into it. You know what I mean? So if she wants to contribute to finances, I'm open to having that discussion. But initially, and most important to me, and observing of my father and my grandfather, who not non-Muslims,
Mm.
they took care of their wives. They worked,
God.
blue collar workers, ended up working in the post office, ended up getting a pension, ended up having Social Security. So when my father passed away, yeah, it was a little hurdle. Things stopped. It was difficult. I helped to be there for my mom emotionally because it was a lot of paperwork. But my father had stuff settled, so
Alhamdulillah.
my mom could live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have a lot of money, but he made sure that there was stuff situated and in place. So when something happened to him, there was stuff in the ducket.
Alhamdulillah.
Hmm.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. Let's see. Do you have love for any other sciences? Oh no, I know I wanted to ask you. Do you have a lot of plants?
I do. I have one, two, three, four. Oh, we got it. With a couple died. Right now we have no. My mom has some in her room, so that's five, six. Yeah, we have plants. We have like 6, 7 plants here. But something my father liked to have. He loved to have plants in the house. A couple of them, our ones that we used to have just died, so we have to get some new ones. The ones that hang on the ceiling. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
get some new ones in here. I believe in plants. I really believe that a home, a house, or apartment, condo, co-op, whatever the situation is, you need to have some plants, some fresh plants. Get that ear nice and clean for you. You know what I mean? It helps to do that. It just looks nice. It helps with the aesthetic look of your home too, and it gives it a homey vibe too. So,
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. What kind of plants do you have?
I think the plants were at least the ones. Oh shoot, the ones that were hanging. Oh man, what were they called? I know we used to grow. We used to grow peppers. We used to have pepper plants here. We used to grow peppers when I was younger. On the windowsill, we used to grow peppers. We had tomatoes. We used to grow tomatoes too, a little bit. In fact, I brought home a tomato plant from my mom, but unfortunately it died. It was trying to give up some fruit, but that didn't happen. But um, I don't. I get back because I forgot the name of the plants that we have here that would die. That used to hang. We had them for years. It just escapes me now. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay. How would the right relationship simplify your life?
Oh man, like Allah's kind. I mean, simplify my life. Like I think that it would make uh my challenges in terms of like just like sometimes being organized, scheduling. I'm not saying sister has to be my secretary, but I could use some help with that. I mean, I could use some help with like organizing my thoughts. I got just purchased a bunch of planners, like just to like help with my stuff. Like it's just too much. So yes, I would love a sister to be be like that in some fashion. And also just like the biggest thing for me is just like, yo, like, um, marriage is like satisfying the requirement and the physical urge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point in my life, it's just like, yo, like I just have to find me a sister that satisfies my requirements, but most importantly, she respects Al Islam. And so I'm not just going to jump into a situation just because of my physical desires to jump into a situation. But if the right sister presents itself, yes, that would be my tilif, as they say, our spouses are tilif, our protection. Yes, I'm
Okay.
saying from this crazy society is just like, yo, because I see myself more and more as I get older. As I got older, it's just like, yo, it's more and more a reason now to get married as soon as possible versus to keep delaying it. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, it's very important. So physically, also, just time. It's like time. It's just helping with like time, like accountability to the time management and stuff like that. And I would also say too, you know, just having a friend, you know, having someone I could travel with other than Umi. Umi's been my travel buddy. Like we travel, Allah's been kind. You know, I got a car. You know, we've gone places together. Before my sister got married, was us three riding together. You know, I want to be riding with my wife. I want to be riding with my wife. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that travel buddy, that friend, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that confidant, that, you know, comfort and stuff like that, love, care, you know, all those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a sister can provide. You know, that emotional support too. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And it's like we're going to be building a foundation. We're building a family. We're building an institution. And sometimes it gets rough. It gets rough out here for both of us, men and women. So we need each other to be in partnership with each other. We really do. We really do need to be in partnership because that's what Allah calls us to be in partnership. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, it's hard being involved in the community, doing all this work, development. You know what I'm saying? Like getting more involved in the community. I need to have a wife because that will help support me in my visions and ambitions, you know, to move the community forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to have that cheerleader. You know what I'm saying too. I want she could be my cheerleader. I'll be her cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, stuff like that.
Okay. Is there an ideal body type for your cheerleader?
Ideal body type, yeah. I mean, like, I give celebrities, because that's the way I did this before. Another sister who was a matchmaker asked me the same question, and she said, "Describe it if you can describe it in celebrity." So, like,
Okay.
like I would say, like, I will give three women right now. Like, I'll go from Nia Long to a Sierra to a Rihanna, if that makes any sense.
Okay. So tall, not thick, but not slim.
Medium,
Okay.
medium. You know what I mean? Like,
Medium.
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 It's
Okay.
medium. It's medium. You know what I'm saying?
Medium.
We can do slim too. We can do slim too. But medium. We can do thick too.
Okay.
You could be slim and thick, and you could be medium and thick. So you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know, yeah,
Height proportionate to weight.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Those three.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. With your
Would
wife,
your wife like to be the navigator when you travel? Or do you have a sense of
yeah.
direction?
I think I have a good sense of direction. I use Waze a lot of times, but I do know seriously. I've master gained to some cities without. I could not use a GPS to get to some places, especially in New York. But you know, Jersey, Philly, like I've been there so many times. It's such an easy trip. But yeah, no, she don't have to be the navigator. You know, I could be the navigator. She could sit back and chill. You know, some to relax. You know, so I'm saying like, you know, if she want to be the navigator, cool. I'm not against it. We could trade turns. You know, if she wants to drive, you know, I'm not. It don't bother me. You know, so I'm saying, you know, that's not a really it's not a deal breaker.
Where's the last place you were where somebody might have caught your eye?
Last place I was that someone caught my eye.
Yeah. Eid store, masjid, Juma, somewhere.
And that's, uh, Um,
If
hmm?
you know her name.
I don't know. I would nah. I got it. It was definitely would be Philly. It would definitely be Philly, man. Philly for Eid. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of people that come down there to Philly, especially West Philly. So I got to start going down there more often. But yeah, I do. I've been to Philly so many times, but I need to start going down there more often. But yeah, it would have to be like Philly. I just feel like there's so many there's so many like people Muslims per capita or per space in West Philly is
He was
crazy.
blushing. You was blushing.
What? Yeah, sis.
Mashallah.
Yeah,
Oh.
sis. Yeah, sisters. Yeah, sisters are something else tonight, man.
Do
Something
you
else.
think somebody knows her? Do you think somebody knows who she is?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I have to go down there more often.
okay. You don't want to describe her? Somebody might know what she had on. You remember what she had on?
No, we're not going to describe the sister. Sister stays anonymous.
Okay. Well, if it's written, then you'll see her again.
Yeah,
Okay.
inshallah.
Inshallah. Um, why do you think, what are some of the reasons you think our generation struggles with compatibility more
Too
than
many.
previous
Yeah,
generations?
too many unrealistic, too many pipe dreams. Too many pipe dreams. We have too many restrictions. Yeah, I mean not restrictions. Too many what's the not too many restrictions, too many like
Expectation.
yeah, that's the word. Too many
Yeah.
expectations. It's just like, yeah, I just gave you some of my preferences. That too, too many preferences. Yes,
Hmm.
I'm saying, and I'm learning now I can't limit myself just to my specific community I come from. Like I learned like quick, like some of these masters are dead. They empty ain't no sisters in the master. And if they are sisters in the master, they're praying behind a wall or in the next door room. I'm not gonna mention no names. And when I come out the master, I'm looking for sisters. And the old brothers, they're looking for sisters too. The young ones when they shouldn't be, but that's a whole nother conversation. 50, 60-year-old brothers, we talking about you. Yes, I'm saying, but come out the master, say, where the sisters, man? It's like, yo, I'm in the room with the sisters. I said, sisters? I said, come out the master, I see no sister, man. What do y'all run? Y'all run around the corner or something like that? Like, where do y'all go? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, the reality is like, it's too many. We have too many expectations. It's like too many unrealistic expectations. Everyone wants this utopia 90-day fiance type of marriage. It's just like it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? You see on reality TV is this what it is? Reality TV. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if we open our minds, open our hearts, ask Allah to open our hearts, open our minds, and free us from our own limitations. Our spouse will come. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it may not be all perfect, and I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. None of us is perfect. We're not going to be 100%, you know what I'm saying, up to par to your expectations. Nobody is. I'm sorry to say it, but nobody is. Nobody comes to marriage with all the bells and whistles tight. Yes, certain things should be in place financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. Sure, without a doubt. I firmly believe that. But it's like to be 100% in all those areas? Nah. It's not going to work that way. And you shouldn't compromise neither, but there should be a balance between the two. Yes, I'm saying give someone a chance, give someone an opportunity. Yes, I'm saying, and it could be a blessing if you don't want to overlook your blessing.
I mean, okay. So we're gonna close with this one, inshallah.
Inshallah.
What's your 6 month plan?
Ooh, 6 month plan. Okay, 6 month plan. Definitely to be courting a sister within the 6 months, right? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? To be married in 6 months, maybe, but probably 6 to 12. Probably 6 to 12 for that, but definitely courting a sister. Another goal of mine is definitely I'm back.
Okay, we
Yeah,
just so I wanted to just finish it up and then
yeah. Just saying finances in 6 months. I want to stack the bread, continue to stack the bread financially, so we can be settled. Offer the sister a nice dowry. Yes, I'll be able to offer the sister a nice dowry, and also yeah, that and career-wise, definitely want to keep building on that networking. Probably definitely gonna be looking for another gig, but right now I got these two, so I'm going to keep rolling with them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But definitely probably going to look to transition soon. Definitely have some plans to look into some other cities for my wife, but also for future settling in. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So we have a general sense if my career shifts to another city. I've scouted the terrain for places and stuff like that to live and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To
Okay.
make sure that we have some preliminary research done in advance. For that happenings, inshallah. So those are like some of the goals for the 6 months.
Inshallah. Okay. Does your mom have a preference to where she wants to go,
She
or
was
is
she
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 considered?
she's like she's very city orientated because we live in an area in Queens that has high access. We literally can walk down the block and go and have all the stores, have
Mm,
access to the buses. The trains are not far. It's like easy access here. She will not want to live in like today, for instance, we went to Newark. You know what I'm saying? She would love to live in that type kind of city, but when you start going to East Orange and like some of these other the outskirts, the suburbs, what they call or whatever, it's like you need to have a car. Bloomfield, all those places you need to have a car. Patterson, you need to have a car. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get around it. So I
okay.
don't know what she wants to do. She may want to stay here. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be commuting every now and then back up and forth. So that's why checking out places closer to New York, but not too far. Philly, the Delmarva, you know what I'm saying, Baltimore, DC, you know what I'm saying, which allow me still to drive. I'll still be able to drive. I won't have to take a plane up, but I'll be able to drive up here to see her if she doesn't want to move to that and settle in a house with us. You know what I'm saying, and have her own space.
Okay. Okay. Well, where should the sisters get in touch with you to inquire more about the friendship?
Well, they can shoot. They can shoot me a DM through this account, a message, or they could shoot you a message, sister, and you could be like uh the medium, if you would, and make the connection. We can go from there. But yeah, if they don't want to shoot you a message, they can shoot me a message directly too. But they feel more comfortable going through you, and then you come to me, that's fine too.
Okay. Do you still listen to jazz?
Jazz? Yes. I still listen to jazz. Actually, real quick, so I grew up on oldies. My father was a big fan of like oldies, like the
Mm,
James Brown, Temptations. Still listen to them to this day. The Isley Brothers, Cool and the Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire. And, like that's on my playlist right now. Like Sam Cooke, all them guys. It's like my father grew up on that jazz. We grew up on that too. So like um yeah, we grew up on that too. So it's like that later became the foundation for me to like my 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 love for hip hop, especially the earlier beginnings, started to become more familiar with that. But essentially, hip hop was not part of my upbringing. It was more so classical music, Mozart, Beethoven, some saying material like that, the oldies, the jazz, and then some R&B, what I'm saying. And then later when I got to Claire Muhammad and then college, I got exposed to reggae, more what the freak they call it, go music,
right on.
Jersey club, Baltimore music, you know what I mean, like all that. Like that was a cultural shock, just learning about those different cultural languages, the slangs and the music. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to all that stuff today, so very appreciative for the experience. You know what I'm saying,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
So you wouldn't be compatible with the sister who didn't believe in listening to music.
Oh no, I don't
Okay.
think so. I'm too
Fair.
I'm too big of a music head. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm just very much into culture. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. Like
Mhm.
culturally, I like to listen to music. Culture, I like going to the movies, culturally, I like doing those things, like, you know, concerts. I like doing that stuff. You know, so I'm saying, like, that's who I am. I'm a music head. Like, you know, so I'm saying, like, I like music. So it's like, and I like good music. You know, I listen to all types of music. So if the sister likes music, that's a plus. That's a real plus. Big
Okay.
plus.
So you contribute music and plants to the house. And what would she contribute? For real. Like how would yeah, you building the Eden, right? And you want put your Jana on her, your living room, bedrooms,
We
hallways, all of
contribute,
that. Like what is
contribute
she contributing?
I contribute the playlist and the plants. That's good. Plants and playlists. That sounds really good. She's community. She's contributing. Wow. I would say, Um, uh,
What's
I wish.
missing around there now? What's missing? What
Hmm?
you want to see? What's missing around there now?
Hmm. I mean her. I mean her presence. Her presence. That presence. Her. I think a sister, brings up her presence. I think sisters, when they're step in that room, is like they're there. And I want a sister like that too. When you step in the room, she demands respect. You know what I'm saying? And like, she's also a lover. You know what I'm saying? Like a lover. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, um, I think that's crucial. You know, I don't I don't want a sister that's like not in touch with our feminine nature. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, like, I want that feminine energy that a sister brings to add that to the space. Add that
Okay.
feminine taste, that taste, to the space.
Okay. So what should it smell like around there?
Oh,
You
smell.
burn
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some
before.
incense, some bakor, I like mangoes. I like the berry family. I'm into the berry family. Um, sweet stuff. I like anything sweet. You know what I'm saying? Anything sweet related. That's I'm big into that. Oh,
Y'all do burn incense?
lavender. Got to have
Okay.
some lavender in there too. I'm into that too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. The plants got to have some lavender. In fact, I got to add some lavender to my house right now. But lavender, yeah, lavender and stuff, things of that nature.
Aromatherapies?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My mother actually put me onto that because they love that, like the aromatherapy soaps and stuff like that, and like body wash and stuff like that. I started to
Mhm.
try some of that stuff. The stuff is really nice, man. It really smells good too. You know
You
what I'm saying?
self-care?
Huh?
You self-care? You
Uh,
perform self-care? You have a routine?
I think my self care looks a little different. Like, my self care is revolves around like certain music playlists. Music is definitely part of my self care. Like, also like I want to get back into knowing more like nature related activities. Like before, as a family, we do nature walks. That was a big thing in our family. Like we used to go to the park a lot. I grew up in like basically almost the park. You know what I'm saying? And like that kind of stuff, little walks in the park after eating is good. You know what I'm saying? That's good for self care that I want to do um, more of. You know what I'm saying? And exercising more too, just working out and stuff like that too. So and just going out too, like that's also part of my self care. Like going to the movies, just unwinding. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. So most of your married life will be outside the house during waking hours?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not all outside, but like when we're just having time. Like sometimes we want to have time together. A lot of times I want to have time together, and spend time together, but also have that time for self care too. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be. I believe in balance, so it's going to be a balance between the two.
Okay. So indoors, out. Okay. Outdoors, indoors, and
Yeah.
then okay. Always feel like home when she's around.
Yes.
Okay. So your wife gonna be your passport and your
That's
pillow
yes. Yes.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Now, yes. 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 Yes.
Right
Yes.
on. Right on.
Yes.
Okay then. So I pray you find her. I saw some pictures about golfing too, but I didn't want to drag it out because you had said
Um.
45 minutes.
Yeah. I just started to learn how to golf, so I'm not Tiger Woods yet, but I
Yeah.
just started to learn how to golf. So that was a picture of me at the golf outing I went to for my alumni association from out does a yearly golf tournament in the summer. So
Mhm.
that was my first time on the green. Well, it was a sip and golf. So we had some tutorials, basic tutorials and mechanics on how to golf and stuff like that. My goal is that perhaps by next year I get out on the green some more. I want to actually be on the green. I don't want to do no sip and golf. I actually want to be with the golfers on the course. Like, I'm not an athletic person. Like, I love watch. I played basketball, but not good at it. And I know how to play it. I could play, but I'm not like nowhere near. I love watching sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to games like basketball, football, baseball. But
Mhm.
I may golf maybe for me. I just got I give me some if I'll practice some more and I'll see. But it maybe I liked what I experienced in the summer at the golf outing. So I want to explore it some more and give it a shot.
Okay. All right. What? Let's see. Okay. Inshallah. Inshallah.
Yes,
They'll be in touch. Okay.
yes, yes, inshallah.
Yes. Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
Thank you for
sister.
joining our show.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the
Yeah.
platform. Wa alaikum salam.
Okay. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.